So today, right, we'll be doing a little bit different from last time. So today I have already give you the class prerequisite. We'll be doing Primary 5, Primary 6 lesson number 3 from your 88Tuition package for mathematics. All right. I understand that P5, P6, right, what you're doing is totally different in your lesson 3 because what? I'm the one who recorded the lesson. Obviously, I know it's different. So don't worry about it. All right. Today's main topic is about supposition method. So the P6, you should already know this topic. So we are just doing a revise, a recap. Okay, and the P5, I believe you have done this also. In primary 3, primary 4, come on. Your school teacher might have taught you that. All right, if haven't, never mind. P5, you are learning also. All right, Victoria, I know you're not a man lah. You're a lady lah. Relax lah. Chill, man. All right, so if you want to have this PowerPoint, right? All right, after give us about 2 days to upload into the website. You'll be able to download these PowerPoint slides. All right, then I've actually I will show you later. All right, you'll be given a second chance to practice. Okay, so at this moment, right, my advice to you is to listen. Listen and fully understand what am I trying to say. Once you listen and you fully understand what happens, then, all right, you'll be able to counter this type of question when it appears. Trust me. So listen and try to understand at every single line. That's very important. Shall we go on? All right. No, you will not be deaf at 18 years old. My math teacher is what? In school is 70 years old, really? Wow, respect. All right, very good. Okay, no more Netflix, Victoria. Come, let's go into lessons to now. Okay. So down here, what do you see? Okay, things that you need. You have seen this before already, right? All right. So the most important thing down here is actually your calculator. That's my favorite, my best friend. Okay, down here. Sorry, P6. Sorry, P6 students. You see this number 122. What does 122 stand for? I just checked the PSLE for math. It's on the what? It's on the 2nd of October this year. All right, we are 122 days away. All right, we are 122 days away. All right, you should be feeling excited, Cool. All right, so we'll be doing a countdown. 122 days starting today. All right, means after 122 days, it will be your math PSLE paper. All right, so look forward to that. You are already prepared. You're just doing your revision. All right, at this moment on, try to understand every single word I say. Can? All right, let's go on. Okay, so as you can see this type of question, right? One look, you must be able to see that it is a guess and check or a supposition method. All right, for a guess and check or supposition method, usually got four information. Number one is like the total what? Total number of notes or the total animals or the total vehicles. The total is given to you. Wow, so nice, Not only that, second information is that give you something related to the first information. If they give you total vehicles, they will give you total wheels. If they give you total animals, they will give you total legs. If they give you total number of notes, all right, they'll give you total amount. All right, so two total is actually given to you for guess and check or supposition. All right, and another one, the third one is what? The third one is, for instance, one chicken. You must know that it is 2 legs. Maybe one goat. One goat is 4 legs. Can you see? So this is something which is sometimes they will give it to you, or sometimes they will just assume that you understand. All right, it's just like a car. A car you think of 4 wheels, right? A motorcycle you think of 2 wheels. Can you see? So if question that's not given like this question, $5. Oh, one piece of $5 got a value of $5. One piece of $2 got a value of $2. Yeah. All right. Yes, you saw this question before. Yes, this is in your computer aided assessment in the P5 work. P5 lesson 3 computer aided assessment. All right. So we'll be doing questions from there. Okay. So down here, what do you have? Celeste has 61 pieces there. First information, 61 pieces of what? Of notes. And inside these 61 pieces of notes is made up of $5 notes and $2 notes. You see? So much information. And another information is we have the total value of the notes, 197. So we have 4 information down here. Can? And what happens? This one, you will know that it is a guess and check or a supposition method, really. Supposition method. Can? Okay, so let's talk about this first. Okay, so one piece of $5 notes have a $5 in terms of value. Shanice, you have to go. All right, go. All right. Do come back for the do come back when you're free to look at the live recording again. Okay. All right. And one piece of $2 note has a $2 value in it. So usually, right, I will do this. Usually, I'll do this. Right. one piece of $2. This is like a piece of $2. It has what? It has two legs on the ground. $2 means two lah, cannot. If I have a piece of $5 note, what will happen? All right. This $5 notes, right? It has two legs on the ground also. And not only that, it has three legs or three hands in the air. All right. It has three other hands in the air. All right. So I always think of this. All right. That's how I explain to my primary 3 and primary 4. Yes, I taught them this also. I very kiasu one. I would like to teach them everything. Okay. So down here, right, $2 got two legs on the ground. $5 got not only two legs on the ground, they got three hands in the air. So every piece of what? Every piece of $5 notes got three extra dollar. All right. Every piece of $5 got three extra dollar in it. So you must understand the meaning of this. Okay. So if you want, you can actually write this down. Okay. Or just understand first. Huh? So each piece of what? Each piece of $5 notes. All right. Each piece of $5 notes has an extra of what? Has an extra of $3 value. All right, each piece of $5 note has an extra of $3 value in it. When you compare to the what? When you compare to each piece of $2 note. All right, so this is in my mind. All right, this is in my head. All right, this is my thoughts. Each piece of $5 notes has an extra of $3 value in it compared to each piece of $2 note. So this is my thinking process. All right. So what happens here? All right. You use something called supposition method. So I don't want to use guess and check. Okay. I don't want to use guess and check. All right. Because usually in your P5, P6, right, time is a very, very important thing. All right. So if you keep guessing and checking, right, you might not have enough time to finish your question. So that's what I'm worried about. So if we can use something called supposition method, we immediately pinpoint and we get to the answer quickly and we move on to the next question. Okay. So using supposition method, you must assume what? Okay, for me, right? For me, all right, I like to assume all what? All notes are of the lesser value, which is the $2 value. So assume all notes are $2 notes. All right. So I will always, all right, let me put a standard to this. I will always take the one that has the least value. All right. So I assume all notes are $2 notes. Okay. Always the least value. Later, there's another example. So don't worry, I will show you. So we learn by example also. So assume all notes are $2 value. All right. All notes are $2 notes. Okay. So how many pieces of paper do I have? How many pieces of notes do I have? Oh, question say that I got 61 pieces. Okay. So 61 pieces, 61 pieces times, if all of them are $2. If all of them are $2 means what? Oh, that means I got 100 and what? $122. All right. Or in primary 3, primary 4, I taught them, right? If $2 notes, right, got two legs on the ground. All right. And $5 got two legs on the ground and three legs in the air or three hands in the air. What happened? 61 times 2 is like times 2 legs, right? What happened? You have 122 legs on the ground. All right. So this one is like related to chicken and goat. You just change the what? You change the $2 notes to what? Chicken. There isn't an animal that got 5-legged. All right. So anyway, you assume that all 61 pieces are what? $2 note. So you are supposed to have $122. But you look, how come I do not have $122? I got 197. I got so much more. What's the difference? So 197 is what I've got. Question say what? Minus the $122, which I assume all are $2 notes. What's the difference here? The difference is $75. Where did these $75 come from? These $75 are like what? They are like the extras, you know. They are like the extra money that I have. These extra monies come from where? So this extra, I call it the total extra. Can you see now? Okay, according to the question, I got $197. But I assume all 61 pieces are $2. What? If I do that, I only should have $122. But got problem. How come there's a difference? There's a difference of $75. This $75 is like the what? It's like the extras, right? Okay, so my question is, where do the extras come from? One piece of $5 note got 3 extra hands in the air. Remember not? All right, one piece of $5 notes got 3 extra dollar. Can you see or not? According to this statement down here. So the next step, right? The next step is actually to take what? To take one piece of $5 notes minus the value of one piece of $2 note to give you what? $3. And what is this $3? This $3 is actually down here lah. All right. It's actually each piece of $5 note has an extra of $3 value in it compared to each piece of $2 note. So this one is talking about each piece. We call this each extra hand. This is also the extra, but it's on a one-to-one comparison. And what happened? You compare the what? You compare the extra and the extra. Look at here. All right, this $75 is the extra. This $75 extra comes from this portion here. All right, can you see not? So the question to ask yourself, inside $75, how many $3 extra are there? Because $75 is your extra. So inside your $75, how many sets of $3 extra are there? So you take 75 divided by 3, that will give you a what? That will give you a 25 pieces. Pieces of what? Remember, your extra comes from who? It comes from the $5. The $5 is $3 in terms of value more than your what? $2, right? So these 25 pieces, right, is actually your extra that is actually your $5 notes. Can you see or not? So you actually decided already what? You have 25 pieces of $5 notes. Okay. Then question is asking for what? How many pieces of $2 notes are there? Oh, question is looking for $2 notes. Okay. So in the beginning, I got what? I got 61 pieces of notes in total. Minus, I know there are 25 pieces of what? $5 note. So if I take 61 minus 25, it will give me 36. 36 what? Pieces of $2 note. Can you see or not? So you must be very, very clear in all this. What does that number mean? What does that number mean? And so on. All right. So all this is your working and your answer is 36. Then, because you can use your calculator sometimes in your booklet, the problem sum booklet, all right, you can actually check your answer. Check your answer. Okay. So how you check your answer? You check your answer by saying what? Okay. If I got 21 pieces of $5, 25 pieces of $5. One piece is $5, what? The value. All right, two pieces is $10, 5 times 2. 25 pieces, 25 times 5. Plus what? All right, plus if I got 36 pieces of what? $2 note. All right, one piece of $2 is $2 in terms of value. Two pieces is times 2, 36 is times 36. So down here, what you do? You take 25 times 5 plus 36 times 2. Answer is 197. Isn't that the answer that the question gives you? Isn't that the answer? Yes. It means that your numbers are all balanced up nicely already. All right. So in this case, what's your answer? Answer is 36 pieces of $2 notes. All right. Shanice, you asked, why must take $5 minus $2? You are supposed to find the difference. $5 minus $2 is the difference between what? Between the $5 note and a $2 note. All right. $5 note minus $2 note, is it a $3 note? Yes, it is. So every piece of $5 note is $3 more than every piece of $2 note. Just take your money and see. This is a $5 note and this is a $2 note. All right, what's the difference between them? The difference between them is $3. Sometimes the meaning of difference is like we use the word extra. $5 itself, right, is actually $3 extra than a $2 note. Can you see now? Yes, Victoria, answer is 36. Smart girl. All right, so you have to subtract. Answer is 36 pieces. All right, so extra, you compare with extra. All right, $3 is the difference, Brandon. Yes, you are right. Or $3 is the extra. I like to use the word extra. How come? Extra easy to spell lah. I'm lazy, I know. All right, so these are your steps for a supposition method. Okay, so let's take a look at the next question. Very similar, very similar. It's just changing items only. All right, this one is money. What's the next one? Next one is what? Balloons. All right, next one is balloons. So do we have the 4 information? Number 1 information. We got the total children. We got the total balloons. We know that one boy got 3 balloons. We know that one girl got 5 balloons. Standard supposition method. Can you see now? So down here, right, down here, all right, I like to draw. So sometimes, right, for me, right, a drawing actually calms me down because, you know, in the exam can be quite tense, can be quite stressed, you know. So usually for me, all right, I learn to calm myself down by what? Drawing simple diagram. Okay, boy. We have a boy here. And this boy and versus a girl. Girl, can we just say that they wear skirt lah, huh? Easier to differentiate. Okay. So each boy received 3 balloons. Okay, balloons supposed to be floating. So this boy got 3 balloons. 1, 2, 3. On the left hand, can? The girl, hey, the girl got 5 balloons. Nice. So the girl got 5 balloons down here. 1, 2, 3 balloons on the left hand. All right, but on the right hand, right, she got 2 smaller balloons down here. Can? Total, she got 5 balloons. So looking at this again, why do I draw this? All right, so I'm talking about balloons here, right? So looking at this, I can tell myself that each girl compared to each boy, each girl has what? Each girl has 2 extra balloons. Can you see or not? Each girl has 2 extra balloons than each boy. So this is something I will tell myself. All right, inside my head lah. All right, I do not want to say out lah. People think that I cheating or people think that I crazy talking to myself. All right, so you think into your head. Okay, each girl has 2 extra balloons than each boy. Thank you. My drawing is nice. Somebody said that. All right, I also think so. Nice, right? So December, right? When you are free, right? When there's no exam and all this, maybe we can have an art class. Yeah, I'll teach you how to draw stickman, the man stickman and the female stickman. Yeah, and I'll teach you how to draw balloons and all this. All right. So December, maybe we can have an art class. All right. The art teacher is Bern Ong Yen. I'm talented in all ways. Okay. So down here, right, one girl got extra 2 balloons on the other hand lah. Can? Okay, come. So what do we do first? Supposition method, right? We have to suppose what? As I say, always do the least balloon, all right, or the least amount. So usually I will tell my teacher that I'm using supposition method. Okay. You can don't write this now, right? But you know, just want to impress my teacher saying that I know how to spell. All right. So supposition method, right? Is this a set of question? Is this a set question? No, it's guess and check. Guess and check supposition. All right, Sabrina. All right, I believe you know what is guess and check. Primary 3, you learn something called guess and check. Primary 4, you learn something called supposition method. Primary 5, you learn something called supposition level up. That's for the next question. All right, but the level up, I want to do a little bit of the revision before we level up lah. Okay. All right, so supposition method, you have to assume what? So I'm going to assume who got the least balloon? Boys. All right, assume all. All right, assume all 60 children. Assume all 16 children are boys. How come? Because boys got the what? Boys got the least balloon. Least means what? Compared to the girls, boys only got 3, right? All right, girls got 5, right? So boys got the least, right? So we always start off with the least. For me, all right, for me, I always like to start off with the least. So my steps are always very standard. So you assume all 60 children are boys. Boys means they each got 3 balloons. Hey, they each got 3 balloons, right? Means that I got 60 children. All right, 60 children, all of them are boys, and each of them, right, got 3 balloons. Can you see now? All right. So down here, 60 children times 3 balloons will give you a total of 180 balloons. All right. So I'm supposed to only have what? I'm supposed to only have 180 balloons. But you look, hey, questions say what? Questions say got 226 balloons. Something wrong. All right. Questions say got 226 balloons. How come got this extra? How come got these differences? 226 minus 180 will give you a 46. This 46 is what? Extra balloons. So weird. Extra balloons. All right, this is what I call the total extra balloons. All right, Brandon, you say assumption method. Yes, some people use assumption method. It's okay. Yeah, assumption method, supposition method. Yes, it's all the same thing. It is out there to solve this question. We can assume if we want boy or girl, or is it must be Sherlyn. My advice, because I like to do math in a very systematic manner, all right, I will always assume that they are the least. Least means what? You compare boys and girls. Boys only got 3 balloons, girl got 5 balloons. So you take boys, 3. Look at the previous question. Can you see this? You compare a $5 notes and a $2 notes. Who got the least? $2 notes. So I assume all are $2 notes. Can you see or not? I always assume the least. All right, for me. All right. So when I assume the least, right, it's easier for me to explain also. So I want to understand the question. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to know every single step, what is happening. All right. So I usually do the least. It's easier for me, Sherlyn. All right. So least, can understand not, Sherlyn? I hope so. Okay. So there are 60 children, and all 60, I say, they are boys. And boys only got 3 balloons. 60 times 3 is 180 balloons. Hey, question say got 226 balloon, what? Got this what? There's this extra. There's this differences. All right. Some of you like to use the word differences. Okay, there's these differences. 226 minus 180 is 46. Hey, these differences come from where? These differences come from where? Then you look at the diagram. Look at my beautiful drawing. Every girl got extra 2 balloons each. All right, every girl got extra 2 balloons each. So the extra must come from who? The extra must come from the girls. Can you see not? Because they got extra 2 balloons each. Wow, girl power. How come like that? So down here, right? Down here, I have to show another step. All right, I have to take what? One girl got 5 balloons minus one boy only got 3 balloons. So this one is comparing one person. All right, so there is these 2 balloons. All right, 2 extra balloons. And these 2 extra balloons is for who? It's for every girl. Can you see not? All right, so I call this each extra. Can? So every girl got 2 extra balloons. I'm looking at my diagram. Look at my diagram. All right, one boy only got 3 balloons floating down there, and girl got what? Not only got 3, there's another 2 balloons on the other hand. Can you see not? So every girl got 2 extra balloons. So this 46, right? This 46 is the total extra balloons. All right, this 46 is the total extra balloon, and each girl got 2 extra balloons. So how many girls are there? Oh, you take 46, what? 46 divided by 2. That will give you 23, what? There are 23 girls. All right, there are 23 girls in the group now here. All right, oh, hi, Chu. Fong, you're back. Very good. Can you see not? So remember, it's the girls that got the extra. So you ask yourself, this 46 extra, it comes from where? It comes from girls. And each girl got 2 extra balloons. So inside your 46, how many 2s are there? So 46 divided by 2 will be 23. There are 23 girls in this question. Can you see? Hey, but the question looking for boys are, ayo, so troublesome. Never mind. So how? Put in one more step. 60 children is the total. All right, 60 children minus what? Minus away your 23 girls. That will give you your what? That will give you a 37 boys, and that will be your answer. Woo. Yeah? Can you see the method is the same? Comparing to the previous one. Look, times, minus, minus, divide, minus. Times, minus, minus, divide, minus. Can you see not? All right, but I don't want you to remember the operation. I don't want you to remember what times are, what divide and do one. I want you to fully understand what is happening. All right, so first one, you assume all are what? The least number of balloons. Then how come you got the differences? The differences come from what? You compare one boy and one girl. The differences come from that one girl. Why? The girl got extra 2 balloons, right? So differences divide by differences, or the extra divide by the extra. Bam! That is how you find the number of girls. Can you see now? All right. So down here, the last thing you do is to check. All right, because you can use your calculator, you check lah. Okay, you check. So at this moment, right, you can say that, okay, since there are 23 girls, and each girl got what? 5 balloons, plus there are what? There are 37 boys, and each boy got 3 balloons. All right, you do that, press calculator. 23 times 5 plus 37 times 3. 226. Correct leh. 226 is correct leh. Is it correct? Yes, it's correct leh. All right, so your checking knows that it's correct. Then is that good or not? That's good, obviously lah. All right, so how many boys are there? We are talking about 37 boys here. And that's your answer. Can? All right, so this is a simple one, simple question. All right, supposition question. Okay, Chloe has a question. Wait, let me go and find Chloe. Chloe, yes. Hi, Chloe.
I have a question. I don't really understand the whole thing. Can you repeat again?
Okay, if you cannot understand this, right, probably you can actually switch back to something called guess and check. But guess and check actually relies, how to say, guess and check actually it takes out a lot of time. You know what's guess and check, right? You know the five columns?
Yeah.
So you attended the primary 3, primary 4 lessons on guess and check and supposition?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. My advice to you is going to listen to that again. All right. And keep listening. Okay, because there's no point me explaining this again and again, because I think most of them can get it already.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And seriously, the guess and check one, you can actually go to the primary 3, primary 4. I think you know where to find it, right? Under the past lesson.
Yeah.
And the examples you see are exactly the same one. The explanation also exactly the same one. All right. Okay. But for the primary 3 and primary 4, I talk about chicken and goats lah. All right. So the chicken got 2 legs on the floor. The goats got 2 legs on the floor, but 2 legs in the air. So every goat got extra 2 legs, something like that.
Okay.
All right. So also in terms of math, right, you must try to understand, right? When you're talking about total, right? Total, you must try to compare with total. Differences you compare with differences. This is something fair, you see. So maybe they say that Ali is to burn is 2:3. All right. So Ali is 2, burn is 3. Then they say that burn got $30. So you compare burn with burn also. Can you see now? So when you do math, right, you must compare things very fairly. Once you can see that, right, actually things are very simple one. All right. So this question, actually, I'm comparing the differences with the differences. I'm comparing the extra with the extra. Can? So my advice to you, keep going and listen. Listen a few times, right? You will get in one, seriously. All right. That's how we learn also. All right. That's why your mommy always nag at you, right? Hey, Chloe, do this. Hey, Chloe, make your bed. Something like that, right? So eventually you will do it also. Yeah. So always keep listening. Don't give up. You can do it.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
All right. You see, I talk a lot, right? I know. Victoria, you have a question? Okay, where is Victoria? Okay, let me answer Victoria's question. Then after that, I need to move on already to the level up. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Teacher Ben.
Hi.
The question is that, is it in like the supposition method, right? We always like do the least, assume all is the least.
Yes, the least, as in the least value. So if you're comparing $2 and $5, you always take the $2. Then if you're comparing the vehicles, you comparing motorcycle and a car. Who got the least views? Motorcycle and a car. Motorcycle, you take motorcycle.
Okay.
Maybe you compare animals like T-Rex. You know what's T-Rex? No, maybe that's a bad answer, but a tiger and a chicken. So you take the chicken, 2 legs one. You always take the least.
Okay. So my other question is that so the least, right? Like for here example, the least is the boy. So is it you always try to make the largest, try to like make it into the least, and then the remainders are the extra?
Yeah. When you take the 226 minus the 180 is the extra, correct? So you're right. So you every time take the least. So if you every time take the least, right, there will be always a differences. And these differences is the extra, correct? And this extra comes from where? It comes from the opposite, not from the boys really, it's from the girls. So you start off with the boys, you end off with the girls.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Ben.
Okay, yes, I talk too much, I know. Okay, Charlotte, you have a question? Wait, no, it's not Charlotte, it's Colette. Okay, one more question from Colette. Then we have to move on to the next level already. Colette, where's Colette? Okay. Hey, Colette.
Teacher Ben,
Hi.
I have a question. Some books in the collective book, they tell us to assume the opposite. Will you arrive at the correct answer?
Yes. Just now I say, right, use the list. Why? Because I always use the list. Okay, because how to say? Because I have a method of doing. So I like doing this step. And every time I do this step, I get the correct answer. Eventually, do you want to get the correct answer? I believe you want to get the correct answer, right? So stick to one. So you don't have to make decision. Your chair, do the most or the least. Just do the least. So you don't have to tell yourself, how? Don't have to worry. Just do the list. Can you see or not? So now I decide for you. But you're right saying that other questions, right? Other teachers or other people, right? They might do the opposite. That is perfectly okay. I'm not saying that they are wrong. Eventually, they will get the same answer. But you have to understand their explanation. If you don't understand their explanation, my advice is to take the list. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with taking the most. I can take the most also, but I don't want to. Can? So I want to purposely make a decision for you. So I tell you to take the list. Can you see that or not?
Teacher Ben, then what's the difference between the using the list for the steps for using the list and the steps for using the
steps are mostly the same. Okay, let me show you one method. I'm going to show you this one where I've used the most. Can? Okay, but I want to show you that I get to the same answer also. Can? All right. So let me show it to you. So now I mute everybody first. And just to convince you. Okay, so students are asking why must use the least? How come don't use the most? All right. As I say, the reason for me to use the list is because I want to help you make the decision. I don't want you to think so much. All right. Because the more you think, right, the more confused you get. So what for? All right. I want to help you. I don't want to, let you think of other things. Okay. So let's go back to question 1. Okay. Let's take up some time to go to question 1 down here. So down here, okay, we know the answer. What's the answer? We know the answer is 36 pieces of $2 notes. Can? So down here, we know the answer is 36 pieces of $2 note. Okay, this is the answer already. Okay, so I'm going to erase the whole thing. I'm going to erase the whole thing here. Right, I'm going to erase the whole thing here. Okay, give me some time to erase. Okay, so now, right, instead of trying to what? Suppose that it is the least, I will what? I will suppose that it is the most now. All right, just to prove to you that we are correct still. Can? Okay, but in terms of explanation, I'm not going to explain because I don't like it. I know how to explain the least one. Right, that's the reason why I stick to my method. Supposition method. So now what? Assume what? Assume all 61 pieces are what? $5 notes. Now the $5 notes is what? The most. This is the most already. This is considered the most. So step 1, do the same thing. You have 61 times $5. Okay, so 61 times $5 is what? 305. Okay, 305, you find the difference, you find the extra with your 197 because you only receive 197. You get 108. Okay, this 108, what do? This 108 is the differences. Then you do the next step. One piece of $5 notes is $5. One piece of $2 note is $2. And down here is still $3. The last step, you still take $108, divide by your $3. And that will give you what? That will give you 36. 36 what? Pieces of $2 notes. If the question asks you to find $5 notes, you take what? You take 61 pieces minus 36 pieces of your $2 notes. That will give you your $5 notes if they ask you for that. 61 minus 36 will give you a 25 pieces of $5 notes. All right, so question is asking for what? Question is asking for how many pieces of $2 notes. Can you see? All right, so I have 36 pieces. Is it the same answer as just now? Can you see the working? It's still the same. All right, you times, you minus, you divide. But the explanation, I don't like it. I don't like to explain that way. All right, so usually for me, I will do in a method whereby I can explain to myself. And the explanation I do, right, is always using the list. That is something which I find important. All right, you need to have a method which you totally understand how to use it. You know how to use it, then you apply it, then it makes sense to you. Can you see or not? So this question down here, right, is the one that is taking the most. Never say it's wrong. I never say it's wrong. It's just that I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. Okay? All right. I hope that I answered your questions already. All right, Charlene, I need to move on. Is your question very important? Okay, all questions are important, right? Yeah, but if you can see, right, if I don't move on, right, then I'll be stuck here. Okay, come, Charlene. What's your question?
Is it if we assume that the most or the least, right? Is it the length of the steps, right? Is it still the same?
Yeah, I just showed you. All right, so it actually depends, right? Okay, some teacher, they want you to do even a shorter cut. Right. For instance, the question here, they say how many pieces of $2 notes. So the teacher wants you to find how many pieces of $2 notes, right? That is at the end. So in the beginning, they will let you assume that it is the most first. So in the beginning, you assume the most. At the end, you immediately find the, look here, immediately you find the $2. You see not? But just now I didn't. Just now I don't care. I don't care what the question asked me. Just now the question asked me to find $2 note or $5 note. I don't really care. But I know that according to my style, I like to use the list. I don't care. So every time I do this type of question, I use the list first. So after using the list and the explanation, the steps, I fully understand already. Then the last step, I got what? Just now I found that I got 25 pieces of what? 25 pieces of $5 notes. But the question don't want the 25 pieces of $5 notes. The question wants $2 notes. So I will do the additional step, 61 to minus the 25. It doesn't take a lot of time, you see. So usually if your teacher wants you to do the faster, even faster way, right? Then you must understand the reason behind it. If the question asks for $22 notes at the end, then you start off with the $5 notes. Assume $5 notes. If the question asks you for the $5 notes at the end, then you start off with the $2 notes in the beginning. But again, there is like, it's very hard to explain, you see. So when it comes to very hard to explain, right, why want to make yourself so so headache about it? So rather stick to a method that you can fully understand. That's my take. That's my take. So there's nothing wrong with doing the $5 first. There's nothing wrong with doing the $2 first. But my personal style and my personal teaching, right, I always start off with the list. Can? Nothing wrong with that, huh? Okay? Can? All right, I hope that I answered some of your questions here. Ultimately, you have various ways of doing it. It's perfectly okay. So nothing wrong. Don't worry. Ultimately, you want the right answer. But my encouragement is that every step, you must understand what is happening. Once you can understand, right, whatever question it comes out, right, nothing to fear, right? All right, but you keep starting to doubt yourself. Oh yo, what is this? What is this? That means that you don't understand your steps really. Then if you don't understand your steps and you're doing it, wow, that is like, wow, that's like scary. Can you see or not? All right, so I hope that my explanation is clear for this type of question. Can? All right, hi Brian. Can I get you to stop your video? Hi. All right, so let's go on to something called what? Supposition level up. Okay, I need to move ahead already. Okay, this one is a little bit more challenging. How come? Because it's called level up lah. All right, so how? Okay, so down here the story says, is it a supposition question? Yes. Okay, how come? You have what? The total. Total means what? You got 56 questions. The question also gives you the total marks. Okay, but this one a little bit challenging. Right, this one a little bit challenging. What? Correct answer, you will be given 8 marks. Wrong answer, 3 marks will be deducted. Oh no. Oh yo, this type of question, can you see not? For information again, supposition method. All right, but it's a little bit more challenging. That's why I call it supposition level up. Okay, so down here for every correct answer, right? For every correct answer, if it's correct, you will get a what? Oh, thank you. I'll get 8 marks. I'll get 8 marks. But if you got it wrong, what happened? Ayo, terrible. All right, if you get it wrong, what happened? You will be deducted lah. Means minus 3 Ayo, down here minus 3 marks. Can you see not? Can you see? Okay, so this is something which I want you to think about. Okay, for example, me and you, right? We play a game. All right, for instance, me and you, we play a game. Let's play scissors, paper, stone. All right, I win. For instance, I got scissors, you got stone. All right, let's play scissors, paper, stone, and I win, for instance. So if I win, right, what happened? I got the points. But if you lose, what happened? You got deducted. All right, you got minus 3 marks deducted. All right, but I say like, I'm the teacher. I don't want to bully you. Instead of deducting your 3 marks, I give you 8 marks. Can you see? Okay, so remember this game, So down here, instead of what? Instead of deducting 3 marks from you, all right, I'm your teacher. So I don't want to play cheat lah. I don't want to cheat you. So I what? I give you 8 marks instead. All right. So what happened here? So remember, you lost. You lost, you're supposed to deduct 3 marks. Deduct means less out 3 marks. But I never less out your 3 marks. Rather, I give you 8 marks. So what happens here? All right. This means that what? You are actually gaining what? What is the total gain here? What is the total gain? Can you tell me? All right. Can you type into the chat, please? All right, Punja, you have a question. I know, I can see that. All right. However, I need to move on already. All right, later. Keep your question later, can? Okay, then later I'll try to answer your question. All right. So down here, now listen, as I say, we play scissors, paper, stone. You lost, I won. So those who lost, right, you are supposed to minus 3. But in this round, I say that I don't want to bully you. Instead of minusing 3, I give you 8 marks instead. So what happens here? All right. So instead of deducting the 3 marks, I give you 8 marks. What is your total gain? Do you know? Can anyone type into the private chat? What is your total gain? Instead of deducting your 3 marks, I give you 8 marks instead. What is your total gain? Very good. All right. Answer is 12. All right. Answer is 11, not 12. Nick. All right. How can it be 12? Sorry. All right. It's not 5 also. Look here. Okay. For instance, right? Okay, let's talk about money. Let's talk about money. I think money is easier. Okay. So what happens here is, you owe me $3. You owe me $3. Is that okay? But I say that, don't want lah, you're my student. I cannot take money from you. Rather, I give you $8 as maybe a red packet or something like that, Chinese New Year. So instead, I give you $8. What is your gain? You are supposed to give me back $3, remember? You owe me $3, all right? So you owe me $3, you are supposed to return me $3. But I say that, don't want lah, I shouldn't accept money from you. Instead, I give you $8. So what is your total gain? That's my question. All right, anyone? Okay, just now actually I gave the answer already. Total gain is actually 11. All right, total gain is actually $11. Can you see or not? So down here, right, how do I get $11? All right, or how do I get 11 marks? Okay, simple reason is because you are supposed to give me 3, but I never received 3 from you. You keep it. All right, that means you don't owe me already. You don't owe me 3, but on top of that, you get 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Can you see it now? All right, so you need to understand this point. So down here, right, for every wrong question, right, what happened? You're supposed to minus 3, but I never minus 3. I give you 8 on top of it. So in a way, right, every wrong question, you get 11 marks. All right, that is important. That's important. All right, how come? Let's talk about this question. Let's talk about this question first. Okay, then you learn by example. You look at the flow of the information. Can? Okay, let's take a look at this question now. So down here, right, you assume what? Supposition method, Okay, you assume what? You can use guess and check, I know. All right, you can use guess and check, but I like to use supposition method, quickly get the answer. Okay, so how? The very first step, you assume what? You assume all what? All 56 questions are? You assume all 56 questions are the one that got more marks. This one is the opposite. The one that got more marks. All right. All 56 questions are correct. Because every correct, right, will give you what? 8 marks, right? So 8 marks is the what? Is the most. All right. So you select the one that got the most this time round. All right. So it's totally different from just now that one. Just now that one is supposition. That one we always take the least. This one we always take the most. How do you know that they are different? As you can see on my left-hand side, all right, one will give you like +8. The other one will minus away 1, right? The other one will minus away 1. So this type of question, what happened? You take the most, okay? 8 marks versus -3, who is the most? You take the 8 marks. Again, you can take the -3 marks one. I know. But again, I like to do it my method. I like to make the decision for you once again. All right, I hope that you can understand that. All right, nothing wrong with taking the -3 marks one. Can? All right, so this is my style of doing. I just want to make the decision for you. Okay, so down here, you assume all 56 questions are correct. If all 56 questions are correct, what happened? 56 times what? Correct means 8 marks, what? All 56 questions are correct times 8 marks. How much you get? You're supposed to get 448 marks. All right, you're supposed to get 448 marks. But are you getting 448 marks? No, you're only getting 327. So for the 448 marks, right, minus the 327 marks, this is equal to what? This is actually equal to your 121 what? 121 extra marks that is actually given to your question that is wrong. Wow, you got it wrong, but I still give you extra. Wow, this is very weird, correct? So when this type of question comes out, you know already, it's supposition level up. Okay, so 121 is the total extra marks that is coming from the where? That is coming from the wrong question. This one comes from the wrong question. All right, comes from the wrong question. Eh? But just now, one wrong question, right? You never take away 3 marks. Rather, you are given extra 8 marks. Wow. That means this step, right? This step is a little bit different from the previous. All right, you are supposed to take 3 plus 8 to give you the 11 marks. All right, 11 extra marks. Okay, 11 extra marks for each wrong question. This is from the wrong question. Wow, got it wrong. Got extra marks some more. What is this? Can you see now? So once again, you make a comparison. The extra wrong marks compared with the extra wrong marks for one of them. So how? You find the quotient again. Okay, you take these two numbers. This is the total extra. This is the total extra. You take 1 to 1, divide by 11. So how many wrong questions are there? How many wrong questions are there? That's the question here. All right. So 1 to 1 divided by 11. You see the number so beautiful. Can divide some more. So this will give you 11 what? Wrong question. Okay, this one is a little bit more challenging. How come? Because it's the what? Level up lah. All right. That's why I need you to understand what is happening to the normal situation first. Okay. So down here, 11 wrong question. But what they want? They are looking for how many correct, right? Okay. So you must do the extra one more step. What is the extra one more step? 56 question. Minus away the what? Minus away the 11 wrong. All right, that will give you a what? That will give you a 45 correct. All right, yes, some of you got it already, Victoria. Smart, huh? All right, good girl. 45 correct answers. Can you see? All right, so down here, right, you can do a check. Okay, you can do a check. What's the check here? Okay, JJ, you keep typing your Chris Nan from TKPS 5A. Do you, is there, okay, I mean, is it important for me to know? Because you keep typing that for many times already. Yeah, are you just spamming me, JJ? Yeah, you want to say something? No, right? Okay, then I think let's continue with the lesson, which is more important here. Okay, so how do you check? Okay, let's check. So if you got 45 correct answers, right? 45 correct answer, right? One correct is 8 marks times 8 marks. And remember, right? One wrong you will deduct. So deduct means minus. And you got 11 wrong. 11. All right. And one wrong will deduct 3 marks. 3 marks. So what do you get? 45 times 8 minus 11 times 3. 327. 327 marks. Is that the answer? Yes. Can you see or not? So this type of question level up, right? Can you see the slight difference? The slight difference, if you're looking at the operation only, the operation means times and divide and all this, is down here we start off with times, minus, this one is different, plus. Then divide and minus. Can you see the rest? Can you see example 1 and 2? All right, it's times. All right, minus, down here is a minus. Then divide, then minus. Can you see or not? Compared to this one, times, minus, plus, divide and minus. All right, some of you want to memorize it like that. All right, so if you want to memorize it, that's not a good advice. Rather, I feel that you should understand every single step. So every number down there, right, must give you an idea what it represents. That would be best. Can? Okay, so this is for question 3. Some people asking how many questions are there? There's a total of 5 questions for the supposition. All right, then after that, we move on to the bit of the P6, some of the quick revision on something called Big 4. Okay. Then after that, we'll do some miscellaneous questions because there are some students like I think Nick, right? He sent me some question. I want to try to attempt those questions also on the live lessons so that you can learn something from here also. All right, so you are able to send me questions by email or also by WhatsApp. All right, then maybe the next week I can put up some of your questions up for discussion. Okay. All right, so moving on. Look at question 4 and 5 for the same example. All right, let's take a look at question 4 and 5. Don't worry. Okay, so we learn by example also. We learn by pattern also. This is math. All right, all in already. So Stephen makes pizza deliveries. When the order is delivered on time, he will be paid $18. Okay, means on time. On time is how much? $18. This is one information. If he's late, oh no, what happened? He have to repay $5. Can you see not? Minus 5. Okay? Then next. Steven made up 35 deliveries. Right? 35 deliveries, that's like the total. And he was paid 285. Can you see? 4 information. You have 2 total. All right, same thing. So is this supposition or supposition level up? All right, this is actually supposition level up. How you know? Because got plus means if you deliver on time, you got money. But if you are late, what happen? You minus money. Can you see not? So there's this a plus and minus, the opposite effect. This is actually supposition level up. Okay, Chloe, can you wait for a while? Let me continue with this question first. All right. So moving on, right? Let me try to summarize a little bit here. If it's on time, what happened? If it's on time, you'll be given what? $18. So down here you have $18 if the pizza is delivered on time. What is the opposite of on time? Can I use opposite? Can I call it off time or not? Off time, Off time means you're late, lah. Right? Off time means you're late. What happened? Ayo, you must take out from your pocket, lah. The delivery man must take out from his pocket minus $5. All right, deduct what? Deduct $5 from his pocket. Very sad, lah. All right, if he's late, he have to pay the customer somehow. Very bad. All right, so what happens down here? Okay, so again here, right, I like to ask you this question again. Okay, for instance, maybe this delivery man, all right, he's late. What happened? He go to knock, pass the pizza to this customer. And the customer, right, never scold the delivery man. Wow, very good customer. Instead of scolding the delivery man for being late, right, the customer gave him a $18, all right, for the delivery charges. Can you see or not? So do you understand my story or not? So he's late. He's supposed to give the customer $5. But this customer very nice. This customer totally understand that because maybe it's raining and all this. The customer never take his $5. Rather, the customer give him what? $18, you know. So what does this mean? What is his total gain? All right, you have to talk about that. So instead of what? Instead of repaying $5 to customer, what happened? The customer is very nice. All right, the customer is not angry. What happened? The customer give what? Customer gives Steven $18 instead. Can you see or not? So my question now here, what is Steven's total gain? What is his gain? Can anyone tell me? All right, can you please type into the chat down here? All right, so imagine that you're the delivery person. You're late. You're supposed to give me $5. But because good customer never blame you for being late, don't want your $5. Rather, I give you $18. Wow, that means your total gain, very good. 23. Yes, everybody write 23, very good. 18 plus 5 is 23. So his total gain is actually 23. Can you see or not? He never lose his $5, but he still get 18. Wow, thank you. Can you see or not? So this type of question, you have to be careful. This is called supposition level up. All right, it's a little bit more challenging, but the steps wise, all right, the number of steps is still the 4 to 5 steps. All right, we call it still supposition method. All right, why do I say supposition level up? So that you must be able to take the what? Take the most value this time. Remember the normal supposition, we take the least value. This one, supposition level up, because got 1 plus and 1 minus 1. This is called supposition level up. We take the most value. Can I take the least value? Of course you can. All right, of course you can. But again, I want to make the decision for you. Can? All right, so down here you assume what? You assume all deliveries are on time or off time. All deliveries are on time. How come? Because on time, then you got received $18, right? Take the most. Can you see or not? Can I take the least? Yes. All right, I don't want to say that already. All right, so now if you're using my style, my method, all right, please take the most. Okay, nothing wrong, nothing wrong. Ultimately, the answer the same. Assume all deliveries are on time. So now, how many deliveries are there? So he made a total of 35 deliveries. So 35 deliveries inside, all 35 are on time, means $18 times 35. All right, 35 times 18, I will receive what? $630. But is it true that I received $630? No, I only received $285. How come there's this difference? 630 minus 285. How come there's this difference? The difference of 345. This 345, the money comes from where? It actually comes from the off-time delivery. All right. This one is actually the extra. All right. The total extra that is like given to you. All right. The total extra money that is like given to you for what? For the off-time deliveries. All right. This one comes from the off-time. Off-time means you're late, lah. Can? So I call it off-time and on-time, easier. All right. So this 345, it actually is like the extra if you what? This 345 is extra coming from the off-time. So now you compare the off-time. Okay. Instead of minusing my $5, customer give me 18. So I actually gain what? I actually gain $23. So down here, you need to have this extra step here. Instead of minus, you have to plus down here. Compared to the supposition method, is $23. $23 for each what? Each off time. All right, each off time order. Okay, this one comes from the off time. Each of them. So now your question is, inside your 345, how many each off time are there? So once again, right, you compare the what? You compare the extra and the extra here. All right, compare the extra with the extra. Can you see not? That is fair. So inside my 345, how many $23 are there? So $345 must divide by $23. How many are there? If you divide, right, there will be what? 15 what? And all this extra comes from the off time. Remember, there are 15 off time means what? Means that it's not delivered on time. So 15 off time delivery. All right, make it simple. On time and off time. Okay, but what's the question looking for? Question is looking for on time. On time. What must you do? The last step. All right, since there are total of 35 deliveries. All right, total of 35 deliveries minus 15 off time. What happened? How many is on time? You'll be able to find out that 20 is actually on time. So it depends on what the question wants from you. All right, the last step you might need to minus, you just do it. Do the last check now here. Very good. Keith is 20. Good job. Good job. You can do a check now. Now you can do a check. See whether it works or not. Okay, the check. So for instance, if you got 20 on-time delivery, 20 on-time means you receive $18. All right. And you got what? 15 off-time. For off-time means what? You have to minus $5. So you minus 15 times 5. How much you get? Press your calculator. 20 times 18 minus 15 times 5. 285. 285, is it the same as the question? Yes, it is the same as the question. So this one is check is correct. All right, so how many deliveries or on time? Answer is 20. Once again, you compare this. Yes, Charlene, you got it right. 20 also. Very good. Good job. All right, you compare this and the previous. You see? Can you see or not? The coloring is even the same. Now I need to circle, right? Just to show you that they're the same. All right, so you down here, you times first, right? Minus. But this one is a plus. Can you see? This is the only thing that's different. Divide and minus. All right, the plus is the only thing that's different with the supposition method. That's why I call this supposition level up. All right, it's a slight difference only. Can? Okay, so down here, can you see or not? The steps are the same. Can? Appreciate the steps, lah. All right, and appreciate the explanation. So you must know what this number means, what that number means also. Chloe, you have a question? Yes. Now I'm going to turn you on for a while. Yes, Chloe.
Teacher Ben, so like you see so like I cannot I don't know where to download this worksheet. Like, is there a worksheet for this?
You're in primary what?
Primary 6.
Okay, if you're in primary 6, right, this worksheet appears in the primary 5 lesson 3.
Oh.
So you will not be able to download the worksheet inside your computer, inside the math package that you have, because your package is primary 6 one.
Yeah.
So don't worry. That's the reason why I'm going through now.
Oh.
So you want to practice this question, don't worry. All right. Later, I will give you the PowerPoint slide, which is empty one. Then you can actually practice on your own. Don't worry. All right. So actually, you're in P6, right? You're getting something extra from the P5 revision.
Oh.
So you will not be able to find this worksheet because primary 5, primary 6 different one, right? Primary 5 lesson 3, I teach something. Primary 6 lesson 3, I teach something else. Can you see?
Oh, okay.
So don't worry, don't worry. This question will be made available for you. Just wait until the last part of the lesson. I will tell you where to find. All right. It's actually
Okay.
inside the PowerPoint. I will teach you how to print also. Can?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Don't worry, don't worry. All right. All right. Thanks for the question. Okay. So now let's move on to the last question. Let's move on to the last question. Answer is 20. Victoria, good job, good girl. All right. Now question 5. Question 5. Puncha, you have a question. Wait. Yes.
Yeah, I have a question for the previous question, question 3.
Yes.
For question 3, I have a question. Okay, yeah, for the wrong, so if he gets a question wrong, his marks will be deducted by 3, and he will also not get the 8 marks one.
Correct. But remember my assumption? My assumption is all of them are correct. So regardless he's wrong, all right, he still marked correct. That's the assumption.
Oh.
So that's the supposition level up law. So it's a little bit of twisting here. Yes. So you must understand the first line that everything, I don't care whether you got it wrong, I still give it to you as correct. Can you see not?
Okay.
So, but if I say that, right, if I assume that you are correct, right, that means you're supposed to minus 3, but no, because I assume you that you are correct, not only am I going to take away your 3 marks, I'm going to give you that additional 8 marks. So your total gain for every wrong question is actually 11 marks. Can you see? Okay. So the first line is very important, the assumption. All right, hey, good question, Punjab. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to question 5. Xiaolin, I cannot have a break now because too many things to teach. All right, there's still a couple of questions behind. So if you need to go for a break, go for a quick 30 seconds break, then come back, huh? 30 seconds, what can I do, right? I totally understand. Just go, hurry up. All right, number 5. All right, same kind of pattern, huh? Look, in the competition, what happened? Jaslyn answered a total of 50 questions. You have the total, first information. All right, and what happened? If you got correct, 5 points will be given. If you got it wrong, 3 points will be deducted. Total number of points, 106 points. Got 4 information. Yes, supposition. But is it supposition or is it supposition level up? As you can see this question, right? Correct, you get some points. Wrong, you got deducted. So it's like the opposite, right? This is called supposition level up. All right, so you must be able to differentiate the 2 different kinds of question here. Supposition method and supposition level up. All right, and for the supposition method, usually we take the what? The least value. For supposition level up, we take the most value. All right, know the difference, huh? Yes, we are doing supposition method, but supposition method as in the minus one, I cannot. All right, we have to use supposition level up. Okay, that's the slight difference down here, Brandon. So down here, again, right, let me try to summarize a little bit of the information I have. So whatever that is correct, what happened? Whoa, teacher give me 5 points. Thank you, teacher. But if it's wrong, what happened? If it's wrong, what happened? Yo, teacher want to take away my 3 marks. Down here will be what? Deduct 3 marks. Deduct 3 marks or 3 points. Is that okay? So here, you need to understand this portion again. All right. Again, nice teacher lah. I don't want to take away your 3 marks. I want to assume that you got it correct. All right. I want to assume that you got it correct. So instead of removing your 3 marks, instead of deducting your 3 marks, all right, instead of deducting 3 points, what happened? From Jaslyn, from her, what happened? What? The teacher gives her 5 points instead. Thank you, teacher. So what is her total gain? All right, you have to talk to yourself. What is my total gain? How many points? All right. So I'm supposed to what? Assume that all are correct. Yes, Shirley. Correct. Smart. Because correct then got points, right? You take the most. Brandon, 8. Smart boy. All right. So total gain is 8 points. Very good. So instead of removing $3 from you, I never take the $3 from you. I really never. I give you $5. So what happened? You gain what? Total, you gain $8. Yes, Brandon. Yes, you got it correct. Shirley, Victoria, all 8 is correct already. That means you are there already. So this our question is what? Supposition level up. All right. But again, so we have to write supposition. But you don't. Okay, I think your teacher don't know about this level up thing. All right. The level up thing is I own self come up with one lah, all right, to show the difference between supposition and supposition level up. So it's my own style again, as I say. All right, but you don't go and tell your teacher, use supposition level up, supposition level up. Your teacher don't understand one. All right, because they have their own different style of teaching also. Okay? All right. So between you and me, we call this what? Supposition level up. Level up means what? Got 1 plus and 1 minus 1. All right. So down here, what happened? Okay, you assume what? All right, just now Sherlyn say what? Sherlyn say must assume all are correct. Very good, smart girl. Assume all 50 questions are correct. Because only correct, then you get points, what? Assume all 50 questions are correct. All right, correct means what? Everyone got plus 5 points, Correct or not? And you plus 5 points means the most, what? Okay, so now 50 questions, all 50 questions, you get what? You get 5 points times 5 points. So you are supposed to get what? 250 points. Hey, but sure, what happened? I only received 106. Oh, okay, wait. What's the differences? How come got so much extra? 250 points minus the 106 points, that will give you your 144 points. And where does this 144 extra points come from? All right, this 144 extra points actually comes from where? Comes from the wrong. All right, those that are wrong. All right, from the wrong question. All right, because you're given extra points for wrong, you know. And every one wrong, answer is 32. Smart. Yes. Yeah, Keith, you're right. All right, yes, surely that's the wrong. And remember, what must you do? Every one wrong, instead of deducting 3 marks, I give you what? I give you additional 5 marks, you know. So your total gain, the total gain for every each wrong, you're actually getting what? 8 points, you know. Right, for the wrong. So wrong and wrong you must compare, Wrong and wrong you must compare. All right. So this portion, the extra and extra, I can compare also. So 144, right? Inside 144, how many 8 points are there? If you do that, answer will give you 18. This 18 comes from the wrong questions. And question is talking about what? Question is talking about the correct. Okay, last step. You take what? 50 questions minus 18 to give you your 32. That is correct. Yeah, then that's the answer. Is it correct? Okay, you can do a check, a quick check. Okay, you can do a quick check. So for example, I got what? I got 32 question correct. One question is 8 points. Oh, one question is 5 points. Sorry, 32 times 5. Minus away, I got 18 that is wrong. 18 times 1 point is 3 points, and you have to deduct it away. Deduct means to minus. 32 times 5 minus 18 times 3. Answer will be 106. Correct or not? Yes. Smarty got the answer. All right. So your answer is 32. Correct answer. Can you see or not? Yeah. All right. So understand that supposition, right? Because primary 5, right, we learn a little bit more challenging one. All right. I call this supposition level up by changing only one thing. What is the one thing that's changing? Okay. Remember times, minus, divide, and minus. All these are the same, right? It's just that this part is a plus. And when do you use this as a plus? Remember, they will ask you question like that. One, you get money, or one, you have to repay the money. Or one, you get 5 points, the other one, you have to deduct. It's like always the opposite one. All right, so always look at the clues on the left. All right, always list out your clues. It's very, very useful. Sherlyn, 32 is correct. Good job. Can you see or not? Okay, so supposition level up, these two types are already covered. Yeah? All right, so let's go on to what the P6 is supposed to do for the lesson 3. All right, because under my class prerequisite, I see that primary 5, you have to do lesson 3, which is actually your supposition methods and all this. All right, and primary 6, lesson 3 is something to do with big 4. A quick revision. All right, so the primary 5 can learn a little bit about this also, and the primary 6 can do a revision on the P5. I think it's good. All right, until question 5, then I know how to do. Oh, very good. You see, that's learning by pattern also. That means you can understand slowly and slowly. That means you are listening. Good job. All right, so the key thing is to understand. All right, okay, come, let's move on. So down here, what happens? Okay, from a fraction to a decimal to a ratio to a percentage. Very easy, let's go. Fraction and ratio, they are actually friend. Fraction is up and down, ratio is actually left to right. So you can do this, 3:4. All right, to the lowest term. 7/10 is like fraction. 7 on top, 7/10 is like on top and below, right? As a ratio is left to right again. So 7:10. Can you see? So fraction and ratio, they are related like that. Okay, next, from fraction, how to change decimal? One method is to make what? Make the denominator into what? Tens, 100, or 1000. So 4, how do I make it to tens? Cannot, right? So I make it to 100. If the denominator times 25 to give you 100, your numerator also must times 25. So you have 100 below, 3 times 25 is a 75. 75 over 100 is actually 75 divided by 100. Do you know that? Divide means to the left, 20 means 2 movement. The decimal point is always at the back. You move 2 times, 1 time, 2 times. You get a 0.75. 0.75. But we don't write it as 0.75. We write as 0.75. Can you see? 7 over 10. Yes, it's already over 10. Good. 7 over 10 means 7 divided by 10. Divide means to the left. 10 means 10 means move 1 time. Decimal at the back, you move 1 time to the front. Give you a 0.7. So you write it as 0.7. Percentage means what? Percentage means must times 100% one. All right, so the symbol of percentage will come out at the back, times 100. So how? Take the decimal to times, easier. 0.75 times 100. Times means what? To the right, 20 means 2 movement. 1 step, 2 step. Now the decimal point will be at the back. So the answer will be 75%. Same as down here, 0.7 times 100. As a percentage means you have to times 100. Times means towards your right, 20 means 2 movement, 1 step, 2 step. Oh, there's an empty slot here, put a 0 here. So answer is 70%. So all this, right, you must be very clear. You must be very good at it. How to change from fraction, decimal, ratio to percentage. Must be very good at it. Understand or not? Okay? Okay, another one. Question 2. I'm going a little bit faster. If you cannot catch up, it's perfectly okay. Don't worry. This is recorded already. So next time you can go and review it again. Don't worry about it. Okay, now you have a what? A mixed number. 16 over 5. Don't panic. As a ratio is what? 16 is to 5. 30 is to 25? Can. 30 is to 25. Hey, but chill, what? What's the problem? You must reduce to the simplest form. Reduce to the simplest form. 30 divided by 5 is a 6. 25 divided by 5 is a 5. This is the best answer. Can you see? All right, Brandon, are we done? If you want to be done already, you can actually exit the classroom. All right. So I'm not done yet because I still have things to do Can? All right. If you're rushing to somewhere, don't worry. This is already recorded. All right. You can actually come back to watch the recording again. All right. All right. As a decimal, what you do? As a decimal again, right? You must try to make the fraction to what? The denominator as a 10, as a 100, or 1000. So 5, what do I do? Times 2. Numerator also must times 2. Here you get 32 over 10. 32 over 10 can be written as 32 divided by 10. Divide means to the left, 10 means 1 movement. Decimal is at the back, you move 1 time in the center. All right, move 1 time to the left. So your answer here will be 3.2. 30 over 25. Oh, 25 how? Change what? Change the denominator to 100. How? Times 4 to the numerator to be fair. So you have 120 over 100. Can be written as 120 divided by 100 also. Divide means to the left, 20 means 2 movement. All right, so you move 1 time, 2 time. So answer will be 1.2. Can you see? Okay. Then down, they want it as a percentage means must times 100%. So the symbol percentage must comes out. Use your decimal to times. Very fast really 3.2 times 100. Right, some people call me do even faster, but I'm talking very fast really. Times means to your right, 20 means 2 movement. 1 step, 2 step. 320%? Yes, it's possible. Don't worry about it. All right. And next one, 1.2 times what? Times 100. Times means to your right, 20 means 2 movement. 1 step, 2 step. Right, it's 120%. Can? All right, so this is the example for question 2. This is for P6, P5, P6. All right, Victoria, you're in P3, right? Probably you never heard of something called percentage yet. All right, but this is the way of doing in primary 5, primary 6. So if your question is talking about percentage, my advice to you is, just look at it as a pattern first. Okay? Let me move on to the next question because I still got a few more questions to do. Okay? Okay, question 3, right? Can you see that this is a mixed number? Oh, mixed number, I can change to improper, no problem. Okay, can. So 1 and 1 over 8 can be written as 9 over 8. Can you see? 2 and 3 over 50 can be written as what? 50 times 2 is 100, 103 over 50. Okay, once again, can I write it as a ratio? Can. 9 is to 8. Instead of writing top and bottom, you write it left and right. 103 is to 50. So the ratio is done. Can? As a decimal, don't panic. Change the denominator into 10, 100, or 1000. 8 cannot change to 100. So change to 1000 times 125. All right, if you times 125 to the denominator, you must times 125 to the numerator. 9 times 125 should give you a 1125 over 1000. All right, that one can be written as 1125 divided by 1000. Divide means what? To the left, 30 means 3 movement. Decimal at the back, 1, 2, 3. Answer is 1.125 as a decimal. Okay. 103 over 50, how you do? Again, change to what? 10, 100, or 1000. 50 times 2 will give you 100. That's easy. So 103 times 2, numerator also must 2 times 2. Why? To be fair. So this one can be written as 206 divided by 100. Divide means to the left, 20 means 2 movement, 1 step, 2 step. Answer is 2.06 as a decimal. As a percentage, once again, times 100%. All right, your symbol percentage comes out here. So what do you have? You have 1.125 times 100. Times means to your right, 20 means 2 movement, 1 step, 2 step. You get 112.5%. And the last one, 2.06 times 100, because you want to change it as a percentage. Times means to your right, 20 means 2 movement. You get 206%. And this is your answer. All right. Yes, Victoria, what's your question about that? Okay, let me get you to speak because I got 2 more questions to do. Okay, I need to quickly attempt those 2 questions also. Yes, Victoria.
So can you go back to the big 4 number 2?
Yes.
That's that one.
Okay.
Yes, so I don't understand B. I don't understand why fractions, right, is 120. But I don't know why decimals you don't write without the 0. You just write 1.2. Why don't you add the 1.20?
Oh, why must 1.2? Okay, 1.2 and 1.20 is the same. It's the same. My reason because I want to save ink. Because if you write the 0, you must waste more ink, right? Correct or not? So actually, you can write like money, money you can write $1.20, right?
Yes.
Right. You can also write as 1.2 at that. It's actually the same thing. It's actually the same thing. But for money, we like to write as 2 decimal places like that with a 0. Okay. But in terms of writing as a decimal, right, we can choose to write the 0 or not at the back. You know that 1.2, right? This one, I can write many 0 behind. You know that I can write a lot of 0 behind. This is the same as 1.2. Do you know about this? I can write many 0 behind. But if I write many 0 behind, it wastes a lot of ink. So if I can write, I choose not to write the 0. So that I can save my ink. That is my reason, all right? But in terms of your school, your teacher wants you to simplify it. Because your teacher know that 1.2 is the same as 1.20. So they don't want you to write the 0 at the back. Because it's the same thing. So do you want to write more or do you want to write less?
Less.
Yeah lah, so 1.2 lah.
Okay.
So save ink, let's save the planet together.
Okay.
But just to let you know, it's the same thing. For
Okay.
money, you must write the 1.20. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Teacher Ben.
Bye-bye. Okay, so the next question. So this is the question from your primary 6. All right, primary 6, you are just tasked to do this simple question. So I have 2 more questions at the back, right? These 2 questions are actually from your classmates, right? Students that are inside here, I believe. All right. So one of the students gave me this question on Tuesday, yesterday, I think. All right. So I quickly bring it into this worksheet, okay, to show you how to do. So down here is about a ratio question. Actually, this is quite okay. Come, let me show it to you. All right. Don't worry. You do not have this question in your worksheet. I know you don't have it. Don't worry. All right. Just listen to me. All right. You're here to listen. You're here to learn something. You're here to answer this type of question. All right. So chill, man. People, chill. In a singing competition, the ratio of male participant to female participant is 1:5. So down here, let me write it out. Male is to female is 1:5. Is it okay? So I can call this 1 unit, 5 unit. All right. That's at first. At first. All right. Down here, right at first. Okay, because I got no space, so I squeeze down there. Forgive me. Then what happened? Hey, what happened? Hey, after the first round of the competition, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Terrible. I'll be the first one to be out. 25% of the male and 60% of the female did not make it to the second round. All right, so down here, 25% did not make it. So 25% means what? 25% left, right? And also the female is 60% left because they didn't make it to the second round. Can you see or not? So down here, right, my question is, what is 25% of the total? Remember the male, right? The male got 1 unit. This is the total male. All right. 25% left means what? So 25% means 25 over 100 times the 1 unit, which is how much? All right, 1 U. U means 1 unit. Yes, your singing is weird. Thanks, Victoria. All right, so 25 over 100 times 1. You press your calculator. 25 over 100 times 1. That will give you 1/4 unit. So 1/4 unit left. Because, why? Because they are singing like me. Sounds terrible. Sounds like a crow. 60% of the female left. 60% means what? 60% means 60 over 100 times the what? The total female. Female is what? Total female is 5 unit. 5 unit down here. So you can do this. It's perfectly okay, man. All right. Some of you don't dare to do this, but it's okay. So 60 over 100. All right. 60 over 100 times what? Times 5. That will give you a 3 unit. So 3 unit left. Why? Because they are singing like me. Okay. So this is the story. This is the new story. Okay. The new story says that male is to female. In the beginning got 1 unit. Female in the beginning got 5 unit. But what happened? 1/4 unit left. All right. And 3 units left for the female. Left means they go away. And at the end of the day, what happened? 1 unit minus 1/4 unit is 3/4 unit. That remains. That's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. And 5 minus 3 is what? 2 units of female remains. So this is the people who remain. Is that okay? Okay. So once you get to this part, right? This part is actually the answer already. Look at part A. Question say what? What was the ratio of the number of female, or do you want female to the number of male after the second round, right? All right. So F is to M. So F is what? F is 2 units. 2 unit is to 3/4 unit. But sure, ratio cannot have fraction. Correct. So how? Get rid of the 4. All right. Get rid of the denominator 4. So how? You need to times what? Times what? All right. How to get rid of the denominator 4? You have to times 4 on both sides. Because ratio, right, is like equivalent ratio. Whatever you do on one side, you do on the other side is perfectly okay. 4 times 2 will give you an 8 unit here. And down here, 3/4 times 4, you press your calculator, it will give you a 3 units here. All right, so the ratio is actually 8 is to 3. That's the first answer. Okay, and from here, right, how many more female than male were there at first? Can you see or not? Okay, so at this moment, right, let me go back to this portion here. Okay, all right, I'm going to do part B down here on the left. Okay, so the story, I remember, I got 1 unit of male, 1/4 unit left. You're left with 3/4 unit of male. Here, 5 unit of female, 3 units left. You're left with 2 units. And the question say, how many more female than male were there? There's another clue. What's the clue? The clue says that there are 15 more female than male at the end of the second round. Correct or not? So what is the differences here? We have 2 units here. We have 3/4 units here. All right. So 2 units minus 3/4 units is the differences. All right. The female got more than the male. 2 minus 3/4, that will give you a 1 1/4 unit. And this 1 1/4 unit is the 15 more female one. So you can say 1 1/4 unit represents what? Represents 15. All right, go and find 1 unit. How do you find 1 unit? From 1 1/4, how do you get to 1? You divide by itself. So 15 must divide by 1 1/4. All right, from here, how to get to here? You must divide by 1 1/4. And therefore, 1 unit will be equal to 15 divided by 1 1/4 will give you a 12. Wow, such a nice number. 12. But is that the answer? Let's take a look. How many more female than male at first? At first means what? At first, there are 5 units of female and 1 unit of male, right? So you're looking for 4 units. So immediately you find 4 units. 12 times 4, all right, will give you a 48. All right, 48 what? How many more female? Oh, yeah, 48 more female. And that's the answer. Can you see? All right, this is for the student who asked this question. All right, you know who you are. You are here in the classroom. I can see you. Okay, so hopefully this question will help you to move on. All right, so ratio is actually quite okay. Nothing to fear. Okay? All right, so let's move on to another question here. Okay, this question is asked by another student. All right, it's actually from Nanhua SA1 paper 2. Okay, for this question, can I leave it to you guys as homework? So next week, all right, we will start off with one of these questions and we will try to do something else. Cool? Okay, so what happens here is that this is your homework. Okay, that is actually the end of the lesson already. For P5, right, you are actually supposed to do lesson 3, and P6, you're supposed to do lesson 3 from your own package. Don't worry about that. All right, this is my number. You can WhatsApp me your question. All right, so that I can actually handle those questions in the live lessons also. Okay, so further up, right, can you see all this? This will be part of the worksheet, all right, will be part of the notes that's given to you. Can you see that all these are empty? Can you see that all these are empty? Yes, right. So hopefully, right, just now all my explanation, you can fully understand what's happening. You can actually print out this portion of the worksheet and you can redo the worksheet again. All right, so P6, you can do the P5 one, P5 can do the P6 one, and best thing is to do everything. And this question 2, is supposed to be your homework, and I have covered this question from the student's question. All right, so all this you can actually print out also. Let me teach you how to print. All right, so down here, right, in your PowerPoint, right, you click on the print. Can you please go and do some printing setup? Look here, look here. You can set up for the what? You can set up for the print all slides. All right, down here, select a 2 slide. 2 slide means what? In one piece of paper, you have 2 questions. Save the planet paper. Don't print every page one. All right. Then print on both sides means what? Left and right. I mean, back and front will be printed also if you want to print out this worksheet. And very importantly, can you please choose this one? Pure black and white. All right. If not, right, you'll be printing out a lot of colored things, which is going to waste a lot of your ink. Don't do that. Save the planet, please. So these are the options, please. This one is the super most important one. Pure black and white. So that the worksheet will be coming out like that. Can you see? It will be a pure black and white if you want to print out the worksheet. Can? All right. So that's all for this lesson. As you know that I have another lesson coming up in 5 more minutes. That's the reason why our P5, P6 lesson a bit rushed one. Okay, if you have questions you want to ask, right, can you please go and WhatsApp me. All right, I will try to answer you as much as possible down there. If you have any question that you don't know, yeah, you can send email to me also. Okay, so all this, right, all right, this portion, right, don't worry, it will be uploaded. So you can actually download and print out again. Okay, all right, thanks for coming, and I hope that you understand totally what is supposition because it's very important. Sure come out one and sure can score one. Can? All right, and that's all for this lesson. I will see you in our next lesson next week, same time. And in the meantime, continue to be good and don't be naughty. Bye-bye.